Tonight, investigators believe they know what may have caused a deadly plane crash in Taunton. We first reported yesterday that 2 men were killed when the small plane they were flying crashed during takeoff and then burst into flames. And today, federal investigators discovered some key clues at the crash site. Eyewitness News reporter Susan Campbell joins us now from Taunton with the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom.
We've learned the man who owned the plane just bought it on July 31st. One of his friends tells me it was a lifelong dream. For a second day, the NTSB is on the scene of a deadly plane crash at the Taunton Municipal Airport. The agency tells Eyewitness News investigators have discovered some important clues among the charred wreckage.
We did find that the airplane's rudder control gust lock was installed on the aircraft at the accident site. It's typically installed on the ground when the aircraft is being stored to prevent the rudder from moving from the wind and causing damage.
This small plane crashed just after 6 o'clock Sunday morning and burst into flames. Both men on board, John Schmuth and Roland Delorier, were killed. One eyewitness described the crash to the NTSB.
He heard the airplane throttle up, said the engine sounded normal. It lifted up. It climbed to about 50 to 100 feet, and then he said it turned towards the right and continued that turn until it impacted the ground.
Now friends of the victims are mourning their loss. A man who's known John Schmuth for decades tells us the 69-year-old loved airplanes, loved flying, and had always dreamed of buying his own plane.
I retired a couple of years ago, and he'd say to me, a couple more years, maybe I'll work a couple more years so I can get a plane. The sky was his love. He'd go up there and jump out of planes, which I'd never do, you know, but he was good at what he did, so it's a sad day here.
NTSB investigators say they're still trying to determine who was piloting the plane when it went down. They say both men were licensed pilots, and there were 2 sets of controls on the plane. NTSB investigators tell me a preliminary report will be out in about 5 days. The complete report should be done in 6 to 8 months. In Taunton with the Southeastern Massachusetts Mobile Newsroom, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.